Hi everyone, my name is Grant, and today I'm excited to guide you through our platform to show you how Azebo can streamline your property management experience. Azebo is your all-in-one property management solution designed to simplify and enhance the way you manage your rental properties. Managing rental properties can be challenging, but with Azebo it becomes effortless. Our platform offers everything from rent collection to financial tracking and renter screening all at your fingertips. Rent collection, bookkeeping, reporting, and maintenance and messaging are all free on our platform with no monthly fees or hidden charges. We do offer additional services that come at a cost, such as our lease generation with e-sign and renter screening. We provide multiple options for your renter to send monthly rent payments. They can connect their bank account for free ACH transfers, their Chime account, or Cash App account. They also have the ability to connect their credit or debit card with a 2.99% convenience fee. Every month, your renter will receive a notification 7 and 3 days before their rent is due, with instructions on logging onto the platform and making their payment. Renters also have the ability to turn on autopay to set it and forget it. Payments normally take between 2 and 5 business days, depending on your renter's payment method. To prevent payments from getting reversed, Azebo does balance checks when possible before the payment is initiated, ensuring a renter has sufficient funds before you initiate a transaction. After setting up your Azebo account, you'll be greeted with your own personal dashboard. You'll have a quick snapshot of your portfolio's health, and you'll be able to see how much rent is due for that month and how much of it has been paid out. You'll also be able to see if you have any overdue or late payments, any payments that are currently processing, any leases that are ending, and your current occupancy rate. Down below, we'll be able to see all of your recently viewed properties, units, tenants, and applications, and be able to click onto any one of them for more information. Off to the right, you'll be able to see if you have any vacancies, and if you select Invite, it will take you straight into our renter screening feature, which we'll go over in a little bit. Lastly, you'll be able to see your connected bank accounts. Off to the left-hand side, you'll have every feature available to you, and you can click onto any one of them for more information. Within the Properties tab, this is where you'll be able to create portfolios and add properties to the platform. Portfolios in the Azebo platform is a way for you to group your properties. So for example, I have my California properties here, my out-of-state properties here, and my single-family residences here. To add a property to the platform is very simple. We'll select Add Property here, in which we will then assign it to a specific portfolio if we've created multiple, and we can go ahead and enter in the address. We can then select a property type, whether it's a single family, a duplex, a triplex, and so on. And depending on the property type that you choose, it will automatically select a number of units for you, but you're not limited to it. You can add more or remove units if you need to. Lastly, you have the ability to label your units. Some people like to leave it as Unit 1, some people like to put the renter's name. It's really a way for you to label these units however you'd like. As we press continue, now that we've created a property and a unit, we can go back to properties if we don't currently have a renter for this unit and take advantage of our renter screening feature, or we can go ahead and create payment terms to start generating invoices for our renter. On this page, it's asking us to confirm the property and unit in question and press continue. On this page, you have the ability to create a state-specific lease agreement and send it over to your renter for e-signature for $29.99 per lease and is powered by Rocket Lawyer. If you have a current renter or if you get your leases outside of Azebo, you can skip the lease setup. But we'll go ahead and press continue here. So now that we're on the lease details page, this is where we're going to be entering in information to start generating monthly invoices for our renter. So first, we can decide whether this individual is on a month-to-month or a fixed term, and we can automatically renew on a month-to-month basis once we've reached this end date if we did select a fixed term. So it's entirely up to you if you want to enable that or not. You can then select which day of the month we'd like rent to be due on, all the way up until the 28th, and enter in the rent amount. If you have any static reoccurring payments or payments that don't change from month to month, we can add them below here. For example, like a pet fee or even a parking fee, we can add them and they will be itemized on our invoice for our renter. If you do have late fees, you can enable them on here and we can go ahead and enter in the late fee amount. This late fee will automatically be applied if your renter has not either sent their payment or you haven't received their payment by a specific date. So for example, if rent is due on the 1st and if you haven't received the payment by end of the day on the 5th, you'll slap on a $50 late fee. So we can set it up as 4 days after the due date because the 1st does not count and the 2nd would be the first date, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. If you do allow for partial payments on your rent, you can enable them on here and enter in the minimum payment amount. We do accept one-time payments such as security deposits, and we can enable them on here and enter in the security deposit amount. We can enter in a due date for when we'd like the security deposit to be due on, or if you've already collected the security deposit or that your renter has paid it off of the platform, we can enter in when they paid it and enable this option to let the platform know you've already collected it. We do accommodate for prorated first and last month's rent, and depending on your start and end date, it will automatically do this calculation for you. Lastly is our renter's insurance option. If you leave this check mark enabled, this will require renters to upload their existing renter's insurance policy, or they can get a renter's insurance policy through Azebo. Once you have filled out the lease details page, you can enter in details to invite your renter to the platform and fill out the lease agreement. I just wanted to show you a few fields that are required to start generating invoices for your renter. Within our Rent tab, this is where we'll be able to keep track of all of our rental payments. We can export all of these payments if we'd like to into a CSV file at any point. And we also have the ability to request a one-time payment. For example, let's just say your renter lost their key and you want to charge them for a replacement. Or if you charge your renter utilities that change from month to month, we can go ahead and request the payment there. Down below, we'll be able to see how much rent was paid out to us in our previous month, our current month, and our next month. We can filter our invoices by rent, security deposits, or one-time payment requests, by portfolio, by property, by date range, or even the address or renter's name. We'll be able to see all of our invoices down below, and we'll be able to see if they're due, paid, or even past due. And we can click on any of the invoices for more information. We can see who and what is being charged, like the itemized breakdown for rent and any reoccurring charges you may have added. But the main thing I wanted to show you here was the ability to record a payment. So let's just say your renter decided to pay you with a check this month instead of using the platform to make their payment. We can go ahead and mark it as paid. Within the Accounts tab, this is where you'll be able to link your bank accounts and assign them to specific properties. For example, if you have a property that sends money to a business checkings account and you have another property that sends money to a trust, we can accommodate for that. At Azebo, we don't hold on to any of your funds, so it is required for you to connect your bank account so when your renter makes the rent payment, it has somewhere to go to. You can open up an interest-bearing business checkings account through Piermont Bank in which you'll earn 0.15 APY, 1% cash back. We don't have any monthly fees or minimum balances. This will also unlock outgoing payments. So just like all online banks, you can do transfers, wire transfers with a $25 fee, or bill pays all through the platform. Within our bookkeeping section, this is where you'll be able to organize your portfolio books. Down below, we'll be able to see all of our rent transactions, security deposit transactions, and one-time payment requests. You'll also be able to see all of your bank account transactions if you connected it through instant linking. After you connect your bank account, it will automatically sync your transactions onto the platform. From here, you can categorize each transaction based off Schedule E tax categorizations and assign them to specific properties. You also have the ability to add transactions to the platform. So let's just say a maintenance worker came in and you paid them with cash. You can add that transaction to the platform. You can add a journal entry for yourself, or you also have the ability to create a rule. These rules will allow you to automatically categorize certain transactions and assign them to specific properties. You can add up to 3 constraints depending on the description of the transaction, the bank account in which that transaction was received, as well as the amount. By creating a rule, it will allow you to automatically categorize any transaction that follows that rule and assign them to specific properties. It will also backdate every transaction that follows that rule and every transaction going forward. You also have the ability to edit your transactions, in which you can then categorize, assign it to a specific property or unit, write yourself a note, include it into your Schedule E report, and you also have the ability to split your transactions. You can split them as many times as you'd like, categorize them, and assign them to specific properties and units. Within our Reports tab, you will have access to all of these reports you see here, whether it's your P&L, your balance sheet, your Schedule E, or even your CapEx. And depending on the transactions that have taken place within the platform or through your connected bank accounts, you'll be able to instantly pull a report. You can filter these reports by portfolio, by property, and even by date range. And at any point, you're able to export these reports into an Excel spreadsheet. Within our Forms and Documents section, you'll soon be able to store documents within the platform. And in Q3, you'll be able to bring your own documents for e-sign. Within the Forms and Documents section, this is where you'll be able to connect to an association. This is where you'll also be able to view all of your lease agreements that you have created through our platform. You can see the current document status and the next action that is required. And by selecting the 3 dots, we'll have more options available to us. Within our Contacts section, here is where we'll be able to view our renters' information and our vendor contact information. We can see if the renter has signed up or not, and we also have the ability to resend invites or delete contacts entirely. To add a contact is very simple. We'll just select Add Contact up here and enter in their first name, their last name, their phone number, and an email address. If we select a contact that has already signed up, we have the ability to view their contact information, request money, view their unit details, and their payment history. Within our Insurance tab, this is where you'll be able to add your current policies to the platform. You'll be able to see your existing properties and add policies by selecting the plus button here. Within our renter screening feature, powered by TransUnion, you can invite an applicant to apply for your unit. You can enter in the property that is accepting applications. And under the application type, you have 3 options. An application only, which is 100% free, although it is all self-reported information. And any option with a background check will be a $39.99 charge to the applicant, in which you will both receive the credit check, criminal background check, and an eviction proceedings report. You can include custom application instructions, and if you have the applicant's phone number or email address, you can send them an invitation directly. You also have the ability to copy this link to post in your listing. Down below, we'll be able to see all of our applicants, and we can view the applicant for more information. So for this example, this individual is currently in progress of their free application and have not yet purchased the background check. And if we want to offer this unit to this individual, we can offer the unit, in which it will take us through the setup stages to onboard them as a renter and get a lease signed. Within our inbox section, this is where you and your renters will be able to create maintenance request tickets and message each other directly through the platform. As the property owner, you can take this maintenance request through the various stages of created, planning, scheduled an appointment, and even completed, while maintaining constant communication with your renter. You also have the ability to send direct messages to your renter as well. And I do want to let you know, when you first create your account, it will only allow for one-way creation. And what that means is only you, as the property owner, will be able to open up new maintenance request tickets and new message threads. But there is a way for you to enable it for two-way creation, to allow your renter to create maintenance request tickets and send you messages. So first, we'll need to go into our settings, into our notifications, and enable this option to allow tenants to send messages and open requests. The last feature that I want to show you today is going to be our Collaborate and Workspace settings. Within the Collaborate and Workspace settings, you have the ability to add users to the platform without having to share your login information. Each seat added to the platform will be a yearly charge of $99. Within this assistant role, they will have access to view properties, renters, rent payments, leases, and screening, and they don't have any access to any of your financial information. We do plan on releasing more roles in the near future. And that wraps up our tour of Azebo's key features. I hope this overview has given you a clear understanding of how our platform can streamline your property management tasks. If you have any questions or would like a personalized demo, please feel free to reach out to our team at 775-618-9787. One more time, that's 618 9787. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day.